Saturday showdown. D plus Kia versus Gen G Esports.
The shout out.
Ivern, okay.
Okay. I like that from KT. They've been paying attention. Looks like this is going to be Cassante here for Perfect, which makes sense, but it's going to be rough into the Aatrox when it comes to the laning phase.
Cohesive composition. We'll see if it does work out here for game number 1 as we hop onto the Rift.
Fisher just lob a lot of skill shots at KT, because KT, obviously they have the shielding, but I think eventually you are going to be able to chew through that. They're early to mid game though, particularly with this Ivern and Kalista can be really explosive.
Hide on bush.
Yup.
And then not hide on bush. Hide out of bush.
See as well what Guger is going to max here, I'm sure.
Yeah, this case is 3 minutes, 30 plus. We're just diving the turret, and you know, level 4 Ivern, pretty good at doing that. And you see that Jiu totally zoned away from the wave. Guger's still here, as they do want to go in for this one once again, as Ivern is going to tank it up. And there's the damage. First blood with the ignite does go over to Beryl. And nice juggling of the turret aggro here from KT and a great dive.
Yeah, should use the tempo you get from the fast clears, BDD.
Uh-oh. And, well, he just used that, so he's going to have to flash out of this one. And there's the flash. No kill. Fisher also low. Couldn't really posture very aggressively. Here comes a very big rotation up from the side of KT as the roots are in, and Sylvie has to flash himself. You can see that POC wanted to continue on that, but not going to overplay his hand.
That proxy off and not going to have as much pressure on Perfect, although still doing great here, which is good, because I think KT needs some wins as well. Level up.
Yeah, Perfect. He calculates that perfectly, funnily enough. And Mihail is going to have to flash away. And early on, going down a flash here up against the Cassante. Perfect knew he was not in danger at all. I mean, they are posturing pretty far forward, but already one of these grubs is going to go down. It's going to turn into a 4-on-4. BDD ready and waiting with his ult, and now the Hex Flash comes in from Beryl. That is an Aatrox in a bunch of trouble, but has the World Ender, and now Beryl taking up a ton of damage in the front line, but so is Sylvie, and Sylvie will be the first one to go down as Beryl. Oh no, he gets sniped. I thought he was going to get out of there. Also, another grub did go down to the side of KT as they get the cleanse here out of Jiwoo, and he is in a lot of trouble as well. Down he will go. Level 4 Senna, not able to do too much at this point in time as they give the kill over to BDD.
Spring and summer. Oh, Sylvie.
Well, he's going to run into a lot of CC here. They don't have much damage, but might just be enough to keep him in place for long enough, as now over the wall, here comes BDD. Didn't even really need him, but he helps a little bit at the end, as Hui Fisher did throw his ult in, but not able to help out too much. Just feels that like that early redemption spike in team fights can be so huge, as now they're going to get the engage on the Sylvie once again, as the follow-up ult comes in, but Daisy, I told you he was a friend, he is going to block that one, and now we do have the kill on a Sylvie. Down will go a bunch of people swept into the team. That's just going to be a double kill here for Deft, as Fisher, he's getting flanked by Perfect, who ran behind the turret just to bully the Hui. As the blast cone is probably going to do it to me again, isn't it? Oh, nice blocking here, but eventually the fear comes in, and Fisher only survives because of a random blast cone in the jungle.
Okay.
Well,
can we do something here?
They're going to try. I mean, this turret isn't even... Okay, it will go down, but now we got a TP from the side of KT as well, and Deft is not dead yet. He tries to flash into the Aatrox, and finally he will be taken down, as now, with the TP and everything, Noshim just have a huge man advantage. Tanaka will come up from the Cassante, but even Cassante isn't crazy enough to get out of this one. A nice play from Noshim, as they will pick up 3 kills.
Also, Jiwoo rather is looking at, like, maybe he'll have 50 souls at 20 minutes, which is not where you want to be, as TP comes in to defend this turret.
Well, our teammates. Yeah.
Actually, good point.
It's League of Legends.
Fair
I mean,
enough.
it's not us. It can't be. Has to be everyone else, yeah. Well, Beryl's going to go in, and he's got Daisy, the real friend, to help out. And you know what? He's providing a really great front line. There's not a lot of damage into Beryl, and now they have Redemption, and he's going to get healed up. And there's the Fate's Call as well, as CP is coming in, and Mihail now might just tear Beryl apart, but he's still alive somehow, flashes away, and finally goes down as a lot of damage comes in. The divide is not great, as Perfect also going to be ulted up here, flashes on top of BDD, and Jiwoo's getting a lot of value here out of that Senna. If that hook hits Deft as well. Maybe he goes down, but it's a pretty good fight here for Nongshim.
That's still a colossal win, as you're saying. It's a big fight, Vel, that's about to come up here for this Dragon. Possible soul point for Nongshim.
Whoa. Very nice flash from Pyosik, and now Barrel's going to get in there as Guger got himself into a rough spot. The Fate's call just to reposition Barrel here as he throws himself back into the front as BDD is going to find Fisher, but the follow-up a little bit slow. He is surviving. Finally, he will go down, and the redemption keeps BDD alive for even longer. And all the while, Deft is just raining down spears into everybody in this one. Meanwhile, Mahio wasn't even there. He was just zoned the entire time by Perfect, so it's a huge team fight win over to KT, and they want to bite off more.
That's the fight that KT was looking for.
You guys can't stay here. They're just trying to defend this turret. That's not really going to work out for them, as Barrel will just die to the turret. Just Barrel things, you know? And they will take down the mid turret eventually.
Yeah, if I remember correctly,
it wasn't around.
So it gives AP and ability haste based on mana regen?
Yeah, they're just doing the Baron here, and that's going to be the Ivern for the Smite, and now we do have the front line getting pretty low on the side of KT. Pyosik is very low, but he's eating so much of this damage, and even Mahal on the Aatrox not able to survive for long enough, as Fisher not going to be feeling too good about frontlining on the way. Yeah, and if you're ever in doubt, you can always head back to your giant bush farm that you've got back there, and now Barrel's just going to pull the trigger on the engage, force the flash out of Guger, as now they're trying to engage on a Cassante. That's how you know things have gone horribly wrong. As down will go the turret now, and we got the front line coming in. Perfect. Oh, he's just got everybody up against that wall, and he might go down. Even Ivern not going to be able to save him, but the Nexus of Nongshim will be the one that goes down in this game. Mahio surviving for about forever, but it just does not matter. KT pushing in as they run out of the Baron buff, and they are up against a Hui. I'm not sure it's going to matter here, Chronicler.
As BDD, yeah, he's just flexing on them.
Yeah. Just dabbing on the haters here as he does take down another member of Nongshim, and they're just going to gather around the fountain, just that extra bit of BM as they look for that one extra kill. It's not going to happen. Down will go the Nexus as KT will take a clean first game of the series.
BDD and Deft, I think self-explanatory, just got to output a lot of damage in the fights, and Nongshim, unfortunately, they did look close, but in the end just couldn't really pull through.
Yeah.
Braum a lot more.
Poppy's a similar vein.
Yes!
And it's just Taric! Just...
Woo! I told you Barrel was going to do it. Oh, Barrel. But man, dive potential, it's great.
Game 2.
And I'm sure everyone in chat would know.
I said 312.
Yeah, okay.
Not
without looking it up.
So it wasn't last year, it was 3 years ago.
It's Jisun and Yundo.
You losers!
Not going to be the cases.
Trying to make a play here, but everybody's level 5.
That's
so
cute there. Sylvie making sure that they actually get it. I don't think they can actually make it here in time, though.
Might be able to fight afterwards, but oh, the flash out of the Leona here. Barrel with the killer instinct on the Taric. Not even the right champ as Guger now flashing away, and Deft's just going to get in there and try to collect first blood, but now immediate cleanse. Deft is struggling, but he does get the first blood and immediately does get traded back, but still 400 gold does go to the pockets of Deft.
And now we're continuing. Yundo votes for Hextech next. We're just gonna try and guess everything in this game.
I'm gonna go for Cloud.
We're crowdsourcing. There's been a lot of clouds. I'm going Infernal.
I feel like Alice is watching over us today.
Fisher.
Yeah, Fisher is very dead. He's gonna get his ult blocked here. Does hit 2 people as now Sylvie desperate to try to help him. As over the wall comes back Fisher. He is behind 4 people. Even Jonah Strong is confused about where to go.
Yeah, just die. Just execute.
Wow, Chronicler toxic.
Well, no, but it's good.
Just die.
It's a good death.
Chronicler 2024.
It's a good death.
Deft is fine. A little jump scare here for the crowd who's going crazy.
Guys.
And Fisher just back. So, yeah, no, he's fine. But the rest of the guys down here on the bottom side, not very fine. Way too deep to try to get Deft. Not going to commit to too much more is perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Sitting on a decent amount of gold and doesn't have that much mana. This could be a good angle.
Yeah, BDD's actually in a lot of trouble here. He does have the flash, but he is going to get a very nice shockwave. It just dodges the follow-up from the Leona. He's totally fine, actually. And now the Taric ultimate coming on in. You're not doing any damage to that, as the timing very nice here from Beryl. Waits until they absolutely need it. And then the turn comes in. Another kill under the belt of KT.
BDD didn't even have to flash.
He just walked it off.
Mile shows up, but they don't. It looks a little bit disjointed here.
Yeah, absolutely. KT looks like they should be able to take down at least 2 of the grubs. We'll see if Mihail wants to make a play for this by himself. But no, it looks like it should be 3 to go towards KT.
I'm trying to suss out what's happening in this game. I don't know, Valdez. I'm trying to make it fun. There's not a whole lot going on.
Fisher and Sylvie want to do something. The issue is, I mean, it's just incredible how much value the Taric has in this game, especially from ahead. It definitely feels like a win more kind of situation in this one, as we do have the Sejuani being fully engaged on, and now the Yone gets the full turn as the Taric ultimate comes through, but you're already so low and the TPs are raining down from both sides. Perfect trying to frontline, and now the Ezreal and the Aatrox have an angle here, as BDD and Perfect desperate to try to get some kind of kill. Finally, the all-out comes out onto the Aatrox, the one guy who was not low enough for Perfect to kill. As now it looks like he's just going to try to run out of this one. Might be able to, as the flash comes in. Gyu does not want to put an end to this one. Gets the flash, and now the turn comes out as Beryl is going to go down. And Def trying to frontline here into Gyu. Doesn't have enough damage through the barrier, as KT baited into sticking around so that Mihail can get more hits into them. As he wants to get one more. Woo! He's going to have a chance here on a Def, who is going to get knocked up and eventually does get taken down. Noshim chased them forever and turn the fight in their favor.
Oh, Valdez! You called it at the top of day! Traps?
Yeah, this one, Fisher is going to just unbound soul, as now we do have it coming out, and the stun, as now Pyosik is going to go in, and there's that offensive nature. He goes in, but there's so many members of Nongshin still here as the Sejuani ultimate comes in, and the Yone is dragged out of position, but they still get the Cassante down. As Beryl going to have to walk on an awkward angle here, in a bit of trouble himself. And they have to use the Fate's Call as well, as now he's going to throw himself back in. They get the kill, and a chance for Def to extend this, and Beryl is still alive on the backside of this fight somehow. Pyosik doing Krugs is like, wait, we're still fighting? And he's back. And now we have the flash in here from the side of BDD. Still on the chase is the entire team, as Pyosik just going to smite him down for the kill. And now this is the perfect Kalista moment. Everybody's super low. They're all running away from you. And Deft is able to pick up a final kill.
Oh, and now disaster for Nongshim. It's KT. Put their sights to, this is a very early Baron, and Gyu is there. We'll see if he alone can make it. Oh!
That's fine.
I don't know if it's fine, Valdez.
We got Taric.
They're behind Nash.
He's hitting, he's healing.
That's a little dangerous.
Taric's hitting and he's healing.
I think they should leave.
Okay, he's gonna leave.
They leave.
They're gonna leave.
Good. If they hadn't gone for a very ill-advised Baron, that ended up not backfiring, but it was a little scary there, Valdez.
Oh, a nice sidestep here from BDD. Also gonna miss that one, but he can't get out of the Yone ult. That's gonna do the trick, as everybody and the kitchen sink gets thrown into BDD, and they do take him out.
Here's gonna make his way over.
Oh, they want to engage onto the Taric, but it's Fate's Call to come through, and Perfect TP's into this one. So they do get the TP. Will they continue on the Baron? It looks like yes, they will.
Oh, it's a flip. It's a flip, Valdez.
It's just a flip. It's just a straight up flip. Okay, they're gonna stop damage. Stopping damage. Waiting to take the fight. The Taric ultimate used expertly. The timing is fantastic, as now they're putting in the damage, but the spike goes to Sejuani. Sylvie to get it down in the flip, and it should go all the way on Nongshem. Even Perfect not gonna take out Jiwoo here. And it's BDD to do it, but it's still Nongshem that win the fight and the Baron to their side.
I want to go the full distance, Valdez. You
Yeah.
called it.
There we go. They're going to get on top of Fisher here as the CC chain comes in perfectly, but he is able to flash and get out, so not so perfect after all. But they're at least able to get the flash on him and stop the push from coming down. Still a minute here on this Baron, already 4,500 gold. I mean, they're in a favorable position to do so. I would say. They do need Fisher over here. And KT
ward.
do have the option to just drop this as well. Let's see what they want to go for as the sun goes in, but that's Leona as True Shot Barrage gets it, and that's the angle from Fisher. Pretty huge, and now Deft in the front line, just being flashed on, but the Turret ultimate timing is very good. He is going to set live, and the Yone ultimate in the front line, a huge shockwave from BDD might just get the trick done, as now you've got Perfect finally able to frontline. Down will go Barrow, but he is nothing compared to Perfect on Cassante. Jiwoo still alive.
Can they get Warmogs?
Still trying to kite this one out, but he is going to avoid the knock-up here, but BDD just does way too much damage at this point in time. The follow-up comes in from KT, and that should be, you would imagine, the Hextech Soul to KT.
Play it out slow. Just use the power of that. Don't unnecessarily flip
it. It's
KT.
challengers, baby.
Don't do it, KT.
No, it's fine. It's challengers, baby.
They're gonna. We know it's happening.
Everybody is taking damage right now.
Oh no!
Sitting there, the Tarek ultimate though once again is huge, and the front line from Fisher this time is just not good. And now they're able to turn onto the Baron, an easy smite for Pyoshik. And now 5v4, they are running at them. The Hextech Soul helping out quite a lot. Jiwoo once again trying to be the one guy holding this team together. But I don't think he's quite able to do so as waiting. Jiwoo has to flash away already. And BDD just waiting with that ball for a potential shockwave at this point in time. Didn't have to use it onto Fisher. And that's going to be the turret, the first one in mid to go down. Looks like
okay,
no.
but Aatrox doesn't actually clear that very quickly. Well, as long as you can kill the supers, I guess they're fine. I think KT just pulled the trigger on this now, like really go in on this aggressively.
The second the True Shot Barrage sailed past, they started it. And now TP used by Fisher here and now by Mahal, but it's a little bit late. I mean, this Elder, it's already so low and they don't have any vision and it's just gone. They just take the Elder Drake away from Gnomeship. And now the Tarek gonna help out excellently here. Pyoshik gets pretty low, but he is the only one. BDD as well, actually being hounded by two, but this game is over. The Elder goes to KT, as we have a triple kill actually going the way of Pyoshik as well. And we are gonna have a 2-0 here from KT over Nongshim tonight.
Oh. And KT fans, I'm sure at no point in that game felt any form of stress for Nongshim. You can see that's a rough loss. That game felt like it might have been in their grasp, and it just wasn't meant to be. KT, they got the Dragon, they got the Baron, they got the Elder. And they're gonna get the 2-0 here. Happy faces as KT continue their redemption arc. Come on, KT.
All right, they're lining up. Nicely done. Good picture there at the end. Excellent form. While the enemy, while they were pushing in to end the game, they're like, "Hey, you want to take this?" They're like, "Yeah, let's take the Crux."
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POG interview translation, joined by Pyoshik and BDD on the side of KT Rolster, who secured their third consecutive victory. Congratulations! Thank you. It's your third win streak. Wow, what a cool appearance, you guys. It's like the Anima squad right here. Hold on tight, because KT's going up. You got your third win streak today. How do you feel, Pyoshik? I feel like we started off pretty rough. But now that we are on our third winning streak, I am very, very happy. And BDD, how do you feel? Yeah, we had our moments in crisis, but I'm really glad that we were able to win. And yeah, shaky started the season with the losing streak, but from defeating OK Saving Swing Brion to T1 to Nongshim, you're on an uphill. What are your thoughts on your current form? Since we defeated T1, I feel like we are in a much better spirit. And I feel like all of our form and what we have been working on is really showing on stage, which is a positive thing. And in the Esports World Cup last week, Ivern had such a positive impact. And we saw you make the most out of this pick today. So how would you describe the Ivern's strengths? I feel like what really enables Ivern's strengths would be a good mid laner and AD carry. And Pyoshik, you fast cleared your jungle and you had great sustain, but what really paid off was your expertise and how skilled you were. So just how much did you practice? I feel like, yeah, I had a lot of practice put into the champions that I played today. Yeah, so that's how you had 100% kills participation with and got your POG. And with Ivern being such a great late game champion, the synergy with Leona was nice too. So what allowed you to scale so stably? I feel like what happened during the jungling and just all the support that I got from our support Beryl actually did pay off. And BDD, as a mid laner, how does it feel to play with such a reliable jungle? I feel like, yeah, it's not just like a jungle champion that was good, but Pyoshik, who was such a good contributing factor to our victory. So yeah, he's quite reliable, which is nice. And it looks like in game 2, our LoL master Beryl seemed to be contemplating on the last pick and ended up going with the Taric to pair with the Kalista. Where did this pick come from? Beryl tends to find like a hidden gem in the champion pool. And he had been contemplating and putting in a lot of thoughts into it. And then he ended up picking this really good pick as a Taric. And BDD, in game 2 with the AD mid-champion bans and the deny on your Talia and Azir, your first pick was Orianna. So what's the recent buff what affected your decision? I feel like no, it wasn't really related to the patch. And even in game, I definitely did feel that she was really strong. So maybe the patch actually did take part in it. And Pyoshik in game 2, Notion really unreleased their potential and gave you a really hard time. So which part gave you the decisive edge? Yeah, so at around 28 minutes, BDD had such a great ult, and I think that was what gave us the win. So yeah, we have to replay this highlight. I feel like everyone would agree that this was an amazing ult, so can you walk us through this moment? I feel like there wasn't really much I did here. How did you even find this crazy ult angle? I noticed that our Vi was looking at the Yone really well, and then she really set up this ult for me. What a great team atmosphere here. And at the end, we saw you line up for a nice family photo. So Pyoshik, to you, is KT like your family? Yes, of course, they're my family. And BDD, what about you? Yes, they are in fact my family.
아주 좋습니다. 지금 KT 롤스터의 경기력이 올라오는 이유가 무엇인지 그게 바로 느껴지는 것 같습니다. 자, 이렇게 해서 3연승에 성공을
I guess we know now
상대는
what really put into the team atmosphere, the family-like atmosphere. And now your next opponent will be BNK Fear X. Are you confident that you will get your 4th consecutive win? Yes, I believe that it will be easy.
많은 팬분들이 응원을 오셨는데 기대감이 높아질 것 같습니다. BDD 선수는요, 각오 한 말씀 들려주시죠.
And BDD, what about you? What is your resolution? We won't let our guard down and we'll make sure that we win.
조합이 아닌가 싶습니다. 자, 오늘 KT 롤스터의 연습
What a humble answer. And that's the end of the interview from Pyoshik and BDD. And back to the space. Thank you.